You hear it all the time, right? Well, people hate change. No, they don't. They don't. In fact, I think people love change. Yeah, I said it. I think people love change. We just hate the change that we can't control. Am I right? For example, if you decide of your own volition that you want to make a career change, you will embrace that change with all of its impending challenges, and it will come with many challenges. But you will tackle it head on and plow right through it because you're in control of it. It's your choice. Now, let's say, for example, your employer decides it's time for you to make a career change. Well, no. Well, you hate that change, right? Let's say you decide to move. Let's say you want a clean slate, a fresh start, a new outlook. You're going to move. You embrace this change with all of its impending challenges, and it comes with many challenges. You tackle them head on and you plow right through it because you're in control. But let's say your mortgage company or your landlord or maybe again your employer decides it's time for you to make a move. Well, you get it. And so on and so on. Well, so then what should we do? Well, we should create change instead of waiting for it to happen to us. I mean, it seems obvious, right? But it's not that simple. And we don't want to change just for change's sake. But it is very telling. Because as it turns out, the only thing you and I have a modicum of control over is ourselves and the choices that we make. So the only way to change things is to change you, and then notice how things around you start to change too. I'll say that again. The only way to change things is to change you, and then notice how things around you start to change too. And it must be true, because it rhymes. People ask me all the time, but Rob, what about the changes that do come? And they do come, that are just out of our control, that wreak havoc on our plans. It's a great question. And the issue itself has never been any better articulated than by that great spokesman for humanity, Mike Tyson? Yeah, who once said, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So what do we do? Well, in this brief video, I want to give you a quick and easy step to start to reframe your perspective in moments such as these. And it comes from the world of improvisation. In improv, performers are faced with new data, and everything is changing at a very rapid pace. Sound familiar? Yeah. They're literally faced with problems that they must learn to incorporate into their performance. They must learn to interact with these challenges. They cannot ignore them. That is simply not an option. And that's huge for the rest of us to learn from. It gives us an extraordinary insight. And we could actually incorporate this type of pattern into our very own lives, regardless of the current circumstances that we face. One of the quintessential elements of improv is to make fun of the problem. And I love this. It won't necessarily make the problem more fun, but it will make the problem more manageable as we reassume our rightful place over the problem instead of the challenge looming over us. And perhaps jazz music's greatest derivative, the blues, this type of thinking might sound something like this. I bought a brand new car. She said she wanted a truck. I made her a fancy dinner. Hope I might start to have better luck. I bought her a brand new house, and she called it a shack. I purchased a vacation for two. She took my brother, and they haven't come back. She's a lady. She's my lady. She's my lady, and she gave me the blues. You see, in our little blues tune, the problem, the challenge, is not the lady at all. The lady is simply a metaphor for an oppressor. Could be a person, a circumstance, a situation. It doesn't matter. It's taking the challenge and our problem, the change that is out of our control, and it's poking fun at it. It's giving it a relatable identity and then writing a new script for this new identity so that we're back in control of the problem instead of it controlling us. We determine its destiny rather than it determining ours. If we're being honest, most of us make a deity out of our problems and concerns, don't we? I mean, we hoist them up. They engulf us, becoming an all-encompassing power that dictates insufferable terms to us that we would normally not tolerate. But by taking the simple first step of improv, by poking fun at the problem, we bring it back down into a more manageable existence with us. We begin to interact with it. And if we can interact with it, we can do that in much the same way we interact with all of our intentions. It no longer becomes an obstacle to our desired outcome. It becomes a part of the path to our desired outcome. And in my experience, our desired outcomes are normally enhanced by a journey through difficult challenges. I hope you've enjoyed the synopsis and you found it helpful. My name is Robb Overholt, and I would love to work with you and or your organization on the keys of change, helping you to create and navigate your desired outcomes in a world and a marketplace that's in constant flux.